was a giant. Why not?
What? Oh, that's a combination.
How did that work?
The logistics on that are something else.
It's like those,
Wow.
it's like those videos with the little. I can't say that. Tell me that we're not, like, nobody can hear
No,
me.
we're live.
no,
The
we're
audio's
gonna
up.
listen for a minute. Oh,
We are live.
that's a new fantasy novel right there.
I'm glad
Excellent.
that I reined that in before I said it out loud.
the caution, the spidey sense of wait a minute,
What?
can someone hear me? Good evening, geeks. You know what time it is. It's time for another Geek Out sesh with the Geeks. Okay?
Das Geeks?
I am Josh, as it says right there.
Right there?
Right there.
Right there.
What order are we going in?
Just go that
As
way.
we
That's
And
fine.
I don't know. I will never get this right. Really. And I'm Bubbles, or Kelly.
Oh, we
as
gotta
it
change
says
this. You
on
know
the
what I'm gonna
screen.
do? I'm gonna change it right now.
Change you to
This
Bubbles.
is the time to do that for
It's
sure.
gonna happen.
Because
right now.
we are professionally unprofessional.
Professionally unprofessional.
That's how we roll.
Are you gonna introduce yourself?
I'm Eamon.
I'm Eamon.
Love it. There you go.
Bubbles!
Bubbles.
That's Bubbles!
And it's, you know what? I recognize it's been a while. And I'm sorry for that, guys. Life is lifing right now, okay?
Life, you did life.
Yep.
Life is lifing. Life
Life.
gets hard. Life makes you wear things on your head inexplicably and allow people to do your hair in fun
Cute
ways.
buttons.
In buns.
In cute buns. This is my impression of Princess Leia. Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper? Bam! Nailed it. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
You're
So
totally going to
good.
be the next Leia in the crossover.
Oh, yeah. No comment. Anyway, and welcome to Two Geeks, One Mic, where we geek out about all things geek-worthy.
Geek and nerds.
Geeking and freaking. No.
No.
I don't think that
No.
works. That doesn't work.
Not on YouTube anyway.
That's
fair.
gonna be on our Only Geeks channel.
Stop making the only geeks joke.
Hey, someone made a hearse popular on OnlyFans. Alright? We can make crazy things. You've not seen that?
No.
There's a girl, she did it as a joke because people joked about it, called it Only Hearse. Because they wanted her to do things in the hearse, right?
Right.
But then she just did it just the hearse.
what
And
kind
it's
of
just
things?
pictures of the hearse. Things that you do on OnlyFans, Josh.
Work out?
I know you're too young to understand these things, but.
Things
But
that
no,
you do.
yeah, they tried to get her to do it, and so she just started posting pictures of only the hearse on OnlyFans, and it was like top 5%.
What? Okay,
Just
look.
the hearse.
I
Nothing sexual, just the hearse.
I
You look it up.
Everything. I hate everything. I hate
interesting.
everything.
I mean, I'm gonna
Yeah.
look it up,
Mhm.
obviously, because now
She
I'm
makes
invested.
good content. I like her stuff. I'm following her. On Instagram, not on OnlyFans.
Okay.
She doesn't have an OnlyFans, just her hearse.
only her hearse.
Only her hearse. Her only hearse.
Why does she have a hearse in the first place?
Because she wanted a hearse, so she bought a hearse and refurbed it.
She's a goth girl.
Because she's a
drives
goth
a
girl.
hearse.
I would drive
100%.
a hearse. I would 100%.
I once
drive a
I'd
saw-
drive a hearse.
There was a post on Reddit that was a guy who drove a hearse, and he replaced the gear shifter with his like late grandmother's titanium like femur replacement, and I was like, that makes me very uncomfortable, but I also kind of love it.
It's kind of metal.
Right?
I'm not mad at that.
Only funerals.
That's amazing.
I love it.
I love her.
Yes.
Did you guys ever watch?
Haley Rose, that's who it is.
What is that? What was that show called?
Now I am.
About the family that had the
The funeral business, the funeral home business.
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen some episodes of it.
And the girl whose name I can never remember, the redhead that played the daughter. She's amazing.
Yeah.
But anyway, she drove the old hearse as her car. And there's a scene in it where she sucks a dude's toes in the back of the hearse. And it's amazing. What is that called?
I think my favorite part of that is when she's like on drugs.
Yeah.
And they call her and like.
And her dad dies.
Your dad's dead, and she's like, shit.
And then she has to be at the hospital while she's on acid. Why can we think of the plot, but we can't think of the name?
It's not.
Comment if you know the name.
6 Feet Under.
There
Yay!
it is.
Which is excellent.
We got
if you
it.
haven't seen it, you should watch
I
it.
did it.
You
Well
did
done.
it.
Well
You did
done.
it. Do you want a celebratory pickled jelly bean?
I really don't.
He
Oh,
really does.
I think he does.
No.
I feel like, how often do we listen to him?
I
Really?
don't.
Never.
Do we trust that he doesn't want it?
Wow. Wow. That's so messed up. Don't want this. These
Do
are
it.
so okay.
Do it.
Show them what they are.
Pressure.
Really
These
quick.
Pressure.
These are
are
so
the Rick
nasty.
and Morty dill pickle jelly beans.
I don't know what you did with that just then, but you
I
didn't
just
show
showed
shit.
it.
It's like a...
Yes, I did. It's right there. I can see it.
They're so gross.
It's
I
really
weirdly like
bad.
'em.
I kind of do too.
It's
I'm
so-
not gonna lie.
It's maybe because we
They're
like
awful.
punishing ourselves. I don't know.
Did you just out yourself as a masochist?
100%.
All right.
Oh,
We're excited tonight.
it's not good, but I like it.
No.
Right.
Oh.
No. No.
I enjoy them. I don't know why. I'm weird.
Because you're weird. That's
You
why.
are weird, but
Okay, so how
I like
many
it,
of you
so.
have ever went, blimey, I'd like to play Dungeons and Dragons, but I don't know anything about it. I know I have.
So fun fact, I did that, and then I went, hey, will you teach me how to play Dungeons and Dragons?
And then I tried.
Did
but
you?
We had
We
an
ran
inter-
into.
we had
Did
an
you?
interfering party who would say shit like, yeah, we already covered that. And I'd be like, cool. Not knowing that that did not in fact happen.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah. He literally, his attempt to teach me how to play D&D was to talk to me like I had any working knowledge of D&D whatsoever. So he'd be like, no, it's fine. You roll for this. And I'd be like, what the fuck does that mean?
Roll
like,
what?
Roll, what am I rolling exactly? Like, yeah, it was...
And then we tried again, and we ran into the classic, when can your party ever get together?
Never.
Problem.
Yeah.
It never happens.
It sticks to your teeth. It's bad.
I kind of like the after flavor, though. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good.
Mm-mm. Oh, it's so bad. What you guys? I'm starting to think this is just what can we make Josh eat that'll make him barf.
I mean,
We've only made you puke once on this show.
on the show.
On the show.
Clarify.
There was the Junction 35 bourbon shot. That's just don't shoot bourbon, kids. It's not good. Okay, so
So what's the
Dungeons and
perfect-
Dragons.
So Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Have played very little.
Yeah.
I know very little. We finally kind of did sort of start to play,
Yeah.
and then things
Yeah.
fell apart.
And then
Classic
life started
Dungeons and Dragons
life.
Life
mistaken.
started lifing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I can only think I've only played through maybe 2 full campaigns ever.
what?
Yeah. I've played a lot of different smaller campaigns, but I've only done one that was like a full blown like start to finish campaign.
That's crazy, yo.
Yeah. One of them I died like 4 times. I just kept making new characters.
I love
As
when
you
it's
do.
like Craglar dies.
Craglar Jr. I am here to avenge my father.
So what we thought we would do, because we thought this would hit a bunch of different things, right?
100%.
We thought we would talk about Dungeons and Dragons. We would talk about character creation, right? Because you got this little sheet, but it's all Greek, right? Well, what the hell? What do we do with this? What does any of that mean? I don't know. We're going to figure it out now. The other thing we thought we would do is create characters in Dungeons and Dragons, and maybe build cosplays. of the characters that we build.
The Geeks D&D campaign.
Yeah.
So it'd be like the gay,
We're so.
We'd be like the Geeks or something like that. But we thought we would talk about all the different classes, talk about all their different abilities. We've got 2 books here. We've got the Dungeon Master's Guide, and we've got the Player's Handbook. Now, I will tell you this right now. You can take out a second mortgage on your home and buy all of the Dungeons and Dragons books. You can do that.
True.
That's a thing you can do. Do you need to do that? No.
Yeah.
You don't. You really, really don't. You can get the Dungeon Master's Guide and the Player's Handbook, and you can never need anything ever again. Okay?
And if you need extra, you could just come hang out with us because
We got a lot.
yeah.
I will point out too.
I should go grab the other ones.
For everyone to know, this is the 2014 Player's Handbook. They just came out with the newest Player's Handbook last year.
Oh, really? There's a new one?
Mm-hmm. It's a 2025 Player's Handbook, which completely changes a bunch of rules with D&D. But we old and we haven't bought it yet, so we're just gonna stick with the original.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, there's a whole new. So this is the 5e edition. I think it's called 5.5e now is the new one. But there's like 4e and 3.5e and whatever. There's a bunch of different versions as Dungeons and Dragons has progressed through time.
Yeah. So I also have the
We're
Player's
doing the
Handbook.
5e.
I have the Player's Handbook. This is version 3.5.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is just old like me. And then I've got a whole bunch of other stuff too. It again, this is not necessary. It just adds different things to your gameplay.
It's fun.
But I've got Acquisitions Incorporated, and this is each of these are going to have like a campaign or two, like an idea, a campaign or two, and it's going to have different artifacts, different things like that. Mm-hmm. Mythic Odysseys of Theros. And this is just to help you.
If I sit here long enough, the stack of books.
Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Because every time he does it, I'm completely blocked.
Are you feeling like Mike Wazowski right now?
No.
And the Wild Witch. And the Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Very nice.
So again, these are supplementary materials. They are not required for gameplay. The only thing you really, really need.
Let me just read this.
Wow, let me study. Now here's the next thing about this. You will have to put some dedication into this.
Yes.
If you're like me, every time you get a new board game, there's the one person who's totally like type A, right? Who's totally anal, and they like reading the rule book, and they enjoy explaining the rules to everybody. I'm a doer. I learn by doing. So in those situations, what I do is I usually just say, shut up, take your turn, and I will watch how you guys take your turn, and you can explain questions to me as we play, and I will go from there. You can do that with this, but you need someone else who's willing to walk you through it, right?
Yes.
It does help.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kept trying to just read because I had no idea what the hell anyone was talking about, and they were not talking to me like I knew nothing, for sure. So I kept trying to read. There's a lot of material, and it's really easy to get bogged down with it when you're new and you know nothing. Yeah. So if you can find somebody that can kind of walk you through what some things mean, that definitely helps. But also, what helped me the most was going, I don't really need this. This is an imagination game.
For real, though.
I mean, but you honestly read the first rule.
Where's rule number 1?
Pretty much on the first page.
Oh my goodness. Stop.
Nobody likes you.
Rude. That was my kid.
That was. Yeah.
Why are they calling Josh?
Player's Handbook is divided into 3
parts. Because they can't get a hold of me.
That makes sense.
Do you have Bailey's number?
I do not have his number.
Not you.
Oh. No, I can't find it.
Why?
It just says using this book. Introduction. Yeah.
Or is it in the
Dungeon Masters? Is it in the Dungeon Masters? I will say this. At one point in time, maybe it's not in there anymore. Maybe they don't want you to have fun anymore. At one point in time, there was in the books, it was rule number 1, have fun.
Yeah.
Okay? And you'll play with people that are like, you can't do that because you can't do that because it says in the box that. And yes, while
call Bailey
it
and
is,
figure out why he's trying to get a hold and tell him that we're streaming and we can't talk right now.
Tell him he's in trouble for not watching the stream because obviously we're live right now.
Duh.
Guess he hasn't subscribed. Cool. But the thing is the book is there as a guide.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
It is a guide. It is not something... He probably is watching and he was probably like, I'm going to call him and tell him he's a nerd.
Probably. So I'm going to call and I'm going to interrupt this. Joke's on you, buddy.
If you're watching, I hope you're so mad right now.
Oh, so mad.
Ooh. Which one is it? I think it's 3.5 that it has the foreword by Vin Diesel.
Oh, yeah. You didn't know Vin Diesel is a huge Dungeons & Dragons player.
He is.
He based an entire movie that he did off of Dungeons & Dragons.
Which was actually a really cool movie. The Last Witch Hunter. Super fun movie. I enjoyed it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that one?
No.
It's pretty good. There's no forward in this one. That's lame. Look, this is the experience right here. This is the experience
here we go.
right here. Here we go.
Wizards of the Coast does not officially endorse the following tactics, which are guaranteed to maximize your enjoyment of Dungeons & Dragons. First, always keep a straight face and say okay no matter how ludicrous or doomed the player's plan of action is.
This is as the Dungeon Master.
No matter what happens, pretend that you intend all along for everything to unfold the way it did. Third, if you're not sure what to do next, feign illness, end the session early, and plot your next move. When all else fails, roll a bunch of dice behind your screen, study them for a moment, look deep, context mixed with regret, let loose a heavy sigh, and announce that Tiamat swoops in from the sky and attacks. Dungeons & Dragons is not meant to be taken seriously, people.
No.
Yeah,
it's in the book.
I saw one that was like I was DMing for my children, and as they were playing a campaign, and my daughter was like, my character's ancient, like really old, but not like super old, more like just really old, like in their 40s or something. And then the next caption was like, and that's when a dozen dragons attack the party.
But there's even the one where
that's just rude.
A dad was teaching his 2 daughters Dungeons & Dragons because he loved playing it.
Yeah.
So he was teaching them how to play it, and they're supposed to go outside and fight a pack of wolves that were attacking the town. No, these little girls befriended the puppies and made them their herd pack and had them the rest of the campaign fighting for them.
You can do.
Why not?
Why not?
Because it was awesome.
Yeah.
I will say this. Anytime a DM gets upset, usually it's because you foiled their plans, and I think it's hilarious.
It's great.
So, let's talk for just a second character creation. Because you can't play, obviously, without a character, right? And once again, in the book, if you go to the book, you can just start going in chapter 1, right? And you'll see first thing you get to is how to create a character. It's right there.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll give you step by step, choose a race, choose a class, choose a level. And the different characters you create, the different characters you choose, will give you different starting stats and abilities. That, in the Geek Studio, it's never a dull moment.
Never at all.
So let's talk really quick about character creation, right? It's not just about, I'm a person who wants to do this. You have to have a story, right?
Backgrounds are huge.
This is your chance to put yourself in any shoes you want.
Yes.
You can be, it's always funny. There's always the joke about the tragic backstory in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes.
I'm an orphan. My parents were killed by the demon lord.
And I think a lot of people start as that just because it's kind of like your thought of what fantasy would be.
Sure.
That kind of thing. But when you really get into it, you can do some pretty wacky and crazy characters. Which I have done. A lot.
So
many.
So
I have so many characters built, my
So
friends.
many characters.
So first
crazy.
step, choose a race. Now, races in Dungeons and Dragons, I'm gonna tell you this much right now. It says choose a race, and you go, races? What are the races? You go all the way to the back of the book.
Doesn't it just have it there in the front? That has a breakdown. Like, you get past this.
Yeah, you find the individual.
And then it's races.
I know that.
Oh.
Hold on, though.
Okay. Well, go
Remember that part where we're trying to talk to them like they don't know anything about it?
Okay.
You go back to the index in the very back of the book, and you go to the R's. And in the R's is, let's see, relentless, reliable, researcher, ritual, rock, role-playing. Oh, wait, we need to go back up because it's an A. Rage, rally, nope. Go back more. Race. And it says choosing a race, page 11 or 17.
Well,
and the page that she just flipped to was 17. So you go to page 17, choosing a race, and it's got racial traits, the age of your race, the alignment of your race, the size, the speed, languages, subraces, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
Again, all that means stuff, but
all the stuff that you write down on your character sheet and then completely forget about.
correct. I mean, there's a lot of this.
Or if you're not 100 years old like Josh and use indexes still, if you read, it literally says, Chapter 2 provides more information about these races. Because you can actually read the book.
You know what? Just trying to be a nice person.
I'm talking to the newer generation, Josh.
This is why
we don't use indexes.
This is why Josh is the dungeon master.
Truth. This is the reason Josh is a dungeon master.
He's constantly going.
As we attack him.
It's like
foil his plans.
He gets a heavy sigh and roll his eyes, you know, by designation.
And try to end the session early, which never happens.
All right, I'm gonna start rolling dice.
It's kind of hard to take you seriously with
The
3
door
years
was
and-
unlocked
the whole time.
So, okay,
Oh, man.
why are you doing this? Okay, so races. What race should we choose for our characters?
So we were just talking about this.
We
Did
were.
you?
I think I want to be like an orc.
Okay, so
Orc's not in the core, though. Are we sticking with core player handbook, or are we doing it to the expanded books that have
There's a
orcs
half
and things?
orc.
There's
Well, half
orc.
orc, half
Okay.
orc.
Half orc.
'Cause
There
I
is
wanna-
a lot of expanded books as well that'll give you more races and classes and subclasses and stuff like that, guys. We'll stick to core just for
Mostly
the sake of this.
because I want little teeth.
You want tusks?
I want tusks. I want teethies. And I like being painted green.
As seen in our TikTok. Please go check
As
it
seen
out.
in our TikTok,
As
where
seen
I'm
in our
risen
TikTok.
up Raven. What's up, girl? Beast Boy up there like, what's up, mama?
yeah.
Oh,
that's awkward.
God.
This is awkward now.
That just turned. Okay.
So
Don't
for
you
my
love
race,
hanging out with us?
I do. I really do love you guys.
for my race, I'm gonna be half orc. I'm just gonna keep notes because I don't have a character sheet.
Why? Oh.
It's okay.
Did
We're
we
good.
lose the pencil? We're so bad at
Pass me the brain cell.
I literally have no idea what I did with that pencil.
Also, there's a key factor. When you're making your paper, write in pencil.
Yeah.
Because you will change everything.
Life hack.
Yeah.
Use pencil.
Well, and as you level up too.
Yeah, things will change.
Yeah, things will change.
Weapons
so,
change. Spells change. Everything changes.
Yeah.
Pencil is your friend.
You found one.
another one.
Okay.
Another one.
So, you want to be a half orc?
I made a note.
Oh.
I'm going digital.
Okay, so are we gonna fight about tiefling?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Oh, are you gonna be a tiefling?
Well, that's what we were trying to decide before we started streaming.
Well, you are
because
short.
Just already. Wow. I just... Yeah. Tieflings aren't even short.
Depends on who their mom was.
I mean...
Wow.
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 Okay.
Okay. But, so we were kind of talking about it before.
Yes.
That it would be fun from a
Because
cosplay perspective.
Because tieflings have the horns.
Yeah, to do a tiefling.
Different.
Because once again,
skin.
we are planning these characters with cosplay ideas in mind.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but then, are you going to do a tiefling too? Because I can choose something else.
No, you don't have to choose it. But that's the thing. We could both be tieflings. It's fine.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do we both want to be tieflings?
Are we brother sister tieflings?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, can we be?
Yes.
Yeah, can we be twins? Which is ridiculous because I'm so short compared to you.
We're fraternal twins. That's fine. I love it.
Heck yeah. Okay,
Twin tiefling. And this is what's great about D&D.
The best thing about this is that Eamon is actually a twin.
True. It is a fact.
That's the thing.
You'd never guess, but yes.
Okay, so let's read off all the races though, so that everybody knows what's available, because there are a bunch of different things to choose from, and each race has different benefits, bonuses, etc.
Etc. Etc. Etc. Is there not a
who wants to read
appendix of them all?
Why don't you just read it? Because you're not 100 years old. You could just read it.
You're true. I'm not.
You can just read it. Why don't you just read the book?
Or I'll just use my digital book.
Are you done? Or?
For now.
Okay, so while you're bitching about people that can read,
You kids today are so literate, it's annoying.
kids in their books.
11001110.
Okay, so per the apparently outdated book now, because I didn't know there was a new one.
There is a new one.
Are there new races in the new book? Do you know?
They've added a couple that were in other books that you could use with this one to be like core actual races.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And this is kind of a little bit is why Eamon said, are we sticking with core? What that means is everything in the book here.
In the player.
If it's not in the book, it's not core.
But there are other types of characters that you can be from other books, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Do it.
Just do it. It's great. It's like real life. You can wake up and rob a bank tomorrow.
We played a hybrid. It was actually supposed to be a different tabletop gaming system, but we did not follow any of the rules from that. But we ended up in a D&D campaign at one point about vampires.
Yeah, it was.
And only a couple of us were vampires even. You can kind of do what you want. But
you really can. This is remember when Barbosa was like, the code is more like guidelines than actual rules.
That is D&D. 100%.
That is D&D. So so races. What do we got?
So we got, per the book, dwarf, elf.
Wow. Elf has like 3 pages.
Yes, because you have high elves, wood elves, drow elves, all the sub-races.
Sub-races.
That's sub-races.
We'll get into that later.
You're sub-racist. Halflings, humans. I don't understand why anybody would be a human in a D&D
Because you get a +1 in literally every category.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
It's also
strong,
fun.
But you'll be boring.
I was a barbarian human for a while.
Barbarian
And my name was Groot because I had 0 intelligence, so all I could say was I and am and Groot. For an entire campaign.
Was this one of your campaigns where you died?
I died in glorious combat. Then went to Valhalla.
Dragonborn.
I forgot about Dragonborn.
Dragonborn would be fun.
Dragonborns are fun.
We could do that with prosthetics.
Yeah, that's a lot of prosthetics.
It is a lot of prosthetics. True. You'd be miserable halfway through the day.
You could probably do it with a leather mask or something, though.
Would you really want to wear a leather mask, though?
That would be worse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gnome.
Gnome.
Gnomes?
Yeah.
All right.
half elf.
I love that they went so far as to include half elf and
half orc.
And half orc. Yeah, I like the half orc.
It's cool.
Can we make you a girl half orc?
A lady? No, I should be a lady dwarf. I should be a dwarf. I should be a lady dwarf. I'm doing it. I'm gonna be a lady dwarf.
Tall lady dwarf.
I'm gonna be a lady dwarf.
A tiefling, which apparently we're both gonna be.
That's gonna happen though.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's it.
That's original.
That's the OG.
So the difference between the OG 5e and the new book that came out is there's no half orc or half elf anymore, and they replaced it with full orc and Aasimar.
What's an Aasimar?
It's like a fallen angel kind of race.
So once again, if that's what you wanted to be, but
and then they also added Goliath.
Ooh.
Which is a mini giant.
I love it. Yes. I kind of do want to be a lady dwarf, though. Shit's funny as hell.
That'll be perfect.
It is funny. You should do it.
You're so good at drag.
we'll do up my makeup.
I mean...
and I'll make sure to have, like breasts on my breastplate.
I have so many pictures of you in a dress.
It's true.
You know.
That was on my hair.
What'd you think it was on?
That was on my forehead.
Bald spot.
How'd you think I got it to stay?
This is sticky. I thought it was just laying on my head.
But there's tape.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was tape.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not do that anymore. I'm already losing my hair. I don't need help.
I worked so hard on that.
You did, and I appreciate it.
That's what I appreciate.
That's what I appreciate.
Okay.
About you.
So.
All right. So tieflings.
So you guys are tieflings. Okay. So while you guys write tiefling down on your sheet,
Tiefling.
we're gonna talk about tieflings, right? Let's see. Tiefling traits.
Tiefling.
Intelligence score increases by 1. So you have your base character, which we'll get into stats, but tieflings immediately have +1 to intelligence. Okay? They also have +2 to charisma right off the bat. Okay? It's so good. Size, tieflings are about the same size as humans.
I'll be writing pencil.
Size is medium. Size doesn't matter too much. There aren't too many situations in which size
Unless you're fighting a
is a
behemoth.
factor. Yeah. Speed.
Spoken like a man.
Looks like 8 inches to me.
6 inches.
Your speed. Your walking speed is 30 feet. That is how far you can go on a map in a single turn. Some people get real granular with that. Some people are just like, take a turn and approach the monster. Like it depends on how you want to play the game. You can have I've got maps that are each square on the map you can say is 10 feet. So you can go 3 squares in a single turn. It just depends on how you want to do.
Mm-hmm. Or you cannot pay attention to that at all.
Or you can
which
just
is also
ignore it.
An option. And generally how I operate.
Once again, the point here is to have fun. Is to use your imagination and create a story in which you guys can have fun. That's the point. If it's gonna add to the game for you guys to be a little bit more stringent on motion and movement, then yeah, add that in there, make it an element. If it's not, then just ignore it. Don't worry about it. Let's see, dark vision. Thanks to your infernal heritage, you have superior vision in the dark and dim conditions. That's really nice, because as a dungeon master, I'm going to have you going into a cave, and if you don't bring a torch, you're going to not be able to see anything, and that's going to cause problems for you. That's going to play into your campaign. It's great. It's a lot of fun. Hellish resistance. You have resistance to fire damage. So if someone casts Fireball, you have resistance to it.
And is it D&D if someone isn't
casting
fireball willy-nilly?
Right.
I don't care how the room the big room. I can't talk.
Words.
Easy for you to say.
Words. I don't care how big the room is. I cast fireball.
Yeah, that's a factor too. Is that damage is not controllable in some situations. You will hit your teammates
or yourself.
Languages. Tieflings can read, speak, write Common and Infernal. So Common tongue is what everybody speaks, right? And Infernal is another language that is only spoken in certain situations. So...
Is that your impression
yes.
of speaking? Okay. Mm-hmm. I like it.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what Infernal sounds like. I kind of think like Mordor, Elvish, Lord of the Rings, maybe.
You did bring up a good point. If I'm going to be a dwarf, I shouldn't be tall.
And you're digging a hole.
Diggy, diggy hole.
Okay,
diggy,
but that could be really fucking funny.
Yeah, a
because
tall dwarf.
Then, anytime
you're traveling
says,
around because you couldn't fit in the mine anymore.
Anytime somebody says anything about you being tall, you can just make up a new reason for why you're tall and just screw with people.
All right,
put me on the torture rack and forgot I was there.
The dwarves, short and stout, long memory, long grudges. There's a lot of...
Neither one of those apply to Josh.
Which is, again, another great thing about D&D. I can be someone I'm not.
That's true.
You know, dwarves, long memory, long grudges. Dwarves, long memory... Okay, so, dwarf traits. Right off the bat, I get Constitution of +2.
And what is Constitution? Remember when I said that I was like, hey, teach me D&D like I know nothing. And then people would say things like that. Oh, you automatically get Constitution +2. Did anyone tell me what Constitution meant? No. No, they did not.
Eamon, you want to take this one?
All right.
Explain.
Do you want me to explain? I can explain all of these in one simple go. Ready?
Yes.
Well, that's where I was hoping to go after we got through the...
Oh, sorry. Well, you didn't give me direction. How was I supposed to?
Like I said, I can hit these really quick and fast.
Josh.
It's called the apple.
I like this because you were the first person to say this to me, and it makes so much sense.
Okay. Strength. How hard can I throw the apple? Dexterity. How accurately can I throw the apple? Constitution. Can I eat a poison apple and live? Intelligent. Do I know what an apple is? Wisdom. Do I know where the apple came from? Charisma. Can I convince you to eat a poison apple? Done.
It's why did nobody tell me?
I'm not gonna lie, that's the first time I've heard that.
Really?
You've never heard that?
I've never heard that. That is how it was explained to me, and I went, "Oh, this makes so much sense."
That makes so much sense.
He explained it to me, and I have explained that to so many people. Mm-hmm. Whenever this subject gets brought up, and they're like, "I don't know what any of that means." Like, oh, I know a thing because my twin
+2
taught me a thing.
More likely to survive eating a poison apple.
Yes.
And we'll get to what that means. We'll get there. Speed. So my speed is going to be just a little bit less than you guys. You guys can go 30 in a single move. I can go 25.
Because you got little legs.
Because I got the little legs. I also have dark vision because dwarves live in a hole. And they diggy hole. Dwarven resilience. I have an advantage on saving throws against poison and against poison damage. Now, what's a saving throw, Eamon?
Can I dodge the apple?
Someone just threw an apple at you. Can you get out of the way fast enough? That way, and then you roll a dice, and if you get high enough on the dice, you dodge the apple.
Is it a dice or is it a die?
Depends on the saving throw.
Depends on the throw.
Sometimes you have advantage and you roll 2 dice. Sometimes you have disadvantage and you roll 2 dice.
You roll a dice.
Okay, a die.
But is it a die or is it a dice?
It's a singular is die.
Okay.
Yes. This is a die. These are dice. What I get? What I get?
Wow.
10.
Yeah. Is it a D10?
No. It's
Damn it!
I didn't show you my new dice.
Let's see.
You got new dice?
I got bullet dice.
Really? Are they with you? Do you have pictures? Why? I thought we were friends. Wow. I know. He never tells me anything anymore. Sucks.
Okay.
It's fine.
Next thing to choose, we're going to go back to building a character. And next thing we're going to do is choose a class. I'm going to read the book, apparently. Yeah, I want those. Ooh. I've seen those. I want them. Chapter 3, Classes. You'll notice, too, that there's, like, sticky notes on the sides of the pages. Yes, you can do that. And a lot of people do that, and it works really, really well.
Sorry, you wanted to just handle the show by yourself while we talked on the sidelines, right?
That is the most difficult part about this particular show. Is talking about all the... Okay, so class... Oh, see, this has got a table right in the beginning.
See, that one does.
So these are the classes you can choose from. I'm telling you,
the heavy side. That's why he's the DM. So
you
he
can be
go...
You can be a barbarian, a bard, a cleric, a druid, a fighter, a monk, a paladin, a ranger, a rogue, a sorcerer, a warlock, or a wizard. Now, you've probably heard many of those terms before.
What are you going with?
And now it's time for us to choose. Once again, just like the races, in the classes, you'll have particular bonuses, strengths, abilities, whatnots. For instance, if you choose to be a barbarian, you have your primary ability is going to be strength, and your saving throw proficiencies are going to be strength and constitution, which means if someone does something to you, if someone throws an apple at you, and you have to take the hit, how likely are you to survive? Constitution. You get a proficiency, which means you get another bonus point in that. So let's say I'm rolling a d20 to see if I can dodge out of the way, and I roll a 3, but if I have proficiency in that, it automatically jumps me up to 4. Does that make sense?
Which is still not great.
No.
Which is still not great.
So, the question becomes...
What class?
What class? What class are you...
And this is where...
We have Wasteland Sniper in the chat who asks if Sweet Baby Boo is going to make a cameo appearance. Yes. Absolutely. 100%. Sweet Baby Boo is making an appearance. You guys don't know who that is.
Cleric for the win.
And Wasteland Sniper is also a cleric. So if we're going to go cleric. Cleric, a priestly champion who wields divine magic in service of a higher power. Clerics have bonuses to wisdom and charisma.
And this is where I truly love D&D, because you can take... Most people would say, oh, a dwarf is going to be a fighter or a paladin or something, right? They try to keep it very cliche. You can do whatever you want.
Honestly...
I played a rogue dwarf with muskets.
Oh, I love
it. It was weird, but it was fun. It was so much fun. Because I couldn't be stealthy when I shot.
I feel like I should be the most awkward class ever because I'm a tall, skinny female dwarf.
A druid?
Should I be a dwarven druid?
A dwarven druid who's tall, female, skinny.
I'm
oh my
surprised
gosh.
you're not going with bard.
I mean, you could be a pretty good.
Yeah, because even like singing in an extra masculine voice would make that so much funnier. And you sing all the time anyway.
I love it.
The hard part for you would be to drop your register when you sing so that you're not like...
Yeah.
Because you sing high. A lot.
You're not
wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So what about you? So you guys should do some like complementary classes, right?
Right.
Since you're gonna play as
that or exact opposites, just for the hell. The exact opposites.
So I keep going back and forth on, do I want to be a paladin?
Ooh.
Or do I want to be a cleric? But if I was a sorcerer, So, because I'm looking at the book, a sorcerer is a spellcaster who draws on inherent magic from a gift or bloodline. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what if I was a sorcerer and we were drawing off of our bloodline, but we come from a shit bloodline? So I'm just incredibly inept. Like, all of the time.
Is Sorcerer the one that has, what's the one where it's just crazy magic? Like, you can accidentally cast, like, an insane spell.
Oh, wild magic?
The wild magic. Is that Sorcerer or Warlock?
What if we look to see?
Look it up.
I want to say it's... you know what? I don't know.
Hey, guess what? We have a handy-dandy book in front of us that has that information.
Once again, we have a book, and this is how this goes. If you have a question, look it up in the book. Or, guess what? If this was in a campaign and we needed to make a split decision, I, as the DM, my personal favorite thing is to say odds or evens. Eamon, odds or evens?
Odds.
I roll a dice. I got an even number. So my answer to you is no, you cannot cast any wild magic. Or, haha, yeah, you do. Haha, if you don't want to do that.
I feel like it's a druid, but I could.
What, wild magic?
Yeah.
No,
it's
not druid. 100% not.
Raw magic? No.
Wait.
Someone keep
Wild magic is a sorcerer.
It is a sorcerer?
Yes.
So this is the fun thing about the difference in the classes, right? Take your time. Really have fun with this. Most of the time when you start up a campaign, this is exactly what you do on session 0, right?
Yes.
They call it session 0. It's known as session 0, where you sit down and you guys figure all this out and you answer all these questions and you establish these characters of who you want to be.
So
yeah, no, this sounds, because it'd be so wild magic. So these are like your subclasses that come within the class itself, where you pick kind of a path that you're going to go on, right? Mm-hmm. So wild magic, your innate magic comes from the forces of chaos that underline the order of creation. You might have endured exposure to raw magic, perhaps through a planar portal leading to limbo or the elemental planes or a far realm. Perhaps you were blessed by a fae being or marked by a demon, or your magic could be a fluke of your birth with no apparent cause.
This is literally Marvel right here.
Yeah.
You were either bit by a radioactive spider, or you took the heart-shaped herb, or you were born as a mutant.
But yeah, as a sorcerer, choosing the first level, your spell casting can unleash surges of untamed magic. Once per turn, the DM can have you roll a d20 immediately after you cast a sorcerer spell of first level or higher. If you roll a 1, roll on the wild magic surge table. And there's literally a whole table of like random magic that you're just going to blow off. And it could be anything from like bubbles to fireball.
So that's fun. I like how chaotic that is.
Mm-hmm. And you're a great chaotic character.
I
and that's
am only ever a chaotic character.
That's the point.
Okay, so... And that was for a warlock?
Sorcerer.
A sorcerer.
A sorcerer.
So... I like the idea of being a sorcerer from a shit bloodline. I'm just saying. I love the idea of just being incredibly inept. And I think that might be...
and then being like succumbing to wild magic.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I dig that. Okay, so I can already hear some people out there like in their minds going, why? Why would you want that? Look,
it's so
the fun in D&D is not the overpowered character, okay?
Yeah.
The more flaw your character has, the more fun you're going to have. Because yeah, you want to be able to, pick the lock on a door. And you're going to roll, and you need to get 17 to successfully pick the lock. And you roll, and you get a 15. And you don't pick the lock, which means you can't get in the door. Well, now you've got to explore other options. The fun of D&D is in the failure. And that sounds weird, but it's 100% true. Some of the funniest moments you'll ever have is failing a role. Failing to do a thing that you want to do.
Yeah.
It's great every single time.
Yes. So if you'll do that, then what I'll do for fun is I'll do Warlock, because Warlocks make a pact with some kind of demon, fae, whatever to get their power. I made a pact because I kept being jealous that you could do magic.
I love it. Can we be rivals?
Yes, we are
Like,
rival
obviously.
magic wielding team.
If one of you casts Fireball, the other one's like, I can cast a bigger Fireball.
I did not mean to hit the orphanage. Exactly. It happens, people.
Again.
Do you know that? Sorry, keep going.
No,
You're
I was
doing
just
the
gonna
show.
say.
We're just having our own.
You guys are playing D&D, and I'm like, they're playing D&D.
That's why you're the DM.
No, it's gone. I forgot what I was
Remind
going
me
to say.
to say the thing about the orphanage.
Okay.
When we're not streaming. Okay, sorry.
Wow.
Look, it's one of the funniest storylines in the Deadpool universe to me.
Oh.
Anyway. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I might. I'd have to see it again. I don't know.
When Deadpool bombs the orphanage
Yeah.
and blames it on the Hulk. I don't know. And then they have like a beat down over it.
I did love in
It's so
Deadpool
funny.
2 when the Juggernaut comes out. He's like, Juggernaut! I'm a huge fan. And Juggernaut's like, I'm gonna rip you in half now. And he's like, that is such a Juggernaut thing to say. I love it. Makes me happy.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay, so we got our
What are you?
what class am I gonna
Yeah,
go
what
with?
class are you doing?
Yeah, you didn't decide.
Oh, I don't know.
Like,
You
I
said
do
bard,
think the bard is funny.
So we've got a warlock and a sorcerer. We're very magic heavy. What if I go barbarian
Just
So,
for
like-
a hitter.
to soak up damage?
Yeah.
Barbarians can be amazing tanks.
So here's a
I mean, we probably need one.
So one of the terms you'll hear is this character is very squishy. That means they don't have a lot of hit points. That means
Or armor class.
or armor. That means they'll die really easily. So it's really helpful in a group to have at least one person who can take a lot of damage without dying. And since these guys are both magic users, we're going to probably have at least one of them, hopefully, please, who learns how to use some healing magic, please, so that I don't die.
What's healing?
And likely they also cannot die. Healing? Healer? I barely know her.
I'm gonna tell you right now that's not gonna be me because I don't play anything with the idea of being helpful.
You're not wrong.
No, it's almost like our last campaign.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Stop!
Your character in the last campaign was amazing.
Yes.
Look.
And paired perfectly with mine in that one. It was great.
It wasn't my fault that the prostitute was hot and I wanted to marry her.
I want to take you away from all this.
You
literally
happened to
fell
fire
for it.
magic.
You walked in and was like, "Oh, I love you so much.
I love you. Let's get married.
I want to take you away from all this.
Cool, that'll be 5 gold.
I want to save you."
I got
I got $1.50.
I got all of us in a lot of trouble because we were supposed to be hiding a magical item, but
Instead, look what I can do.
I was trying to.
I'm
impress
firing
the-
spells off the balcony.
I was trying to impress a prostitute. Yep, and it worked.
Okay, it worked. Yeah, it worked.
It worked.
In that you shot off a fucking flare into the night sky saying, "Look at me, everybody!" Yes, your prostitute was very impressed.
She was. She gave us information. Remember?
She did.
Luckily, there was
She
a
did.
goose in the arena.
Oh, I miss
Chaos
Odie.
Goose.
Chaos Goose is
Yeah,
not
Studio
in
Goose
studio.
is not here.
not here tonight,
He'll be
and
here
I'm
eventually.
sad.
Studio Goose is also having life things. Studio Goose is having good life things, though.
That's true. Can we say that?
Yes.
Studio Goose is getting married.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yes.
Go for Studio Goose.
Here's to Studio Goose. That's what I just said.
No, that's awful.
Studio Goose. Congratulations, we hope.
Am I the only one not drinking?
No, you're
am.
drinking Dr. Pepper.
God damn it. Why am I always sober?
Oh.
Because somebody has to be.
Someone has to be. Someone has to
I'm
control
saying-
the brains. Okay, so should I do barbarian?
Someone has to protect the one.
or should I be a bard? I could be a bard, and I could be like a really bad bard.
I think you being a female bard is hilarious.
A female dwarven bard.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be like my thing, right? Because everybody's like, "Ooh, it's a lady bard," and I come out and I'm like, "Hello, everybody! It is time for me to sing a song for you." And I have like this big beard, and everybody's like, "Oh God, it's a dwarven bard." I'm in. We're doing it. Dwarven bard.
Yeah.
Doing it.
We don't need a fighter. It's fine.
We don't need a fighter.
No.
Okay, you don't though. Because when you come across some bandits in the woods and they're like, "We're going to kill you and take all your gold," you can trick them into not. You can make them think they wanted to fight each other. Like, you have so many options. It's like the apple, right? How hard can I throw the apple? How accurately can I throw the apple? How likely am I to survive eating a poison apple? It's the same thing. If you're in a fighting situation, quote unquote, fighting situation in D&D, do you have to fight them? No, you don't. You can convince them they don't want to fight. You can convince someone else that guy just called their mom a horse's ass. Whatever the case may be, there are options. You can do so many things. I think actually, I'm really excited to not have a fighting character. Well, I mean, Warlock and Sorcerer can fight pretty good.
I mean, yeah, if you build them in that sense, but it being not the top option, because if we get in a heavy fight, we're screwed. We're this group right now. I mean, it depends.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Maybe the crazy one cast a fireball that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Because that happens.
The nuclear option over here.
Look. Sometimes
Crikey.
you just gotta create a little chaos.
Holy crap!
Sometimes you do.
I'm just saying.
Chaos, you know.
Maybe that's why I like to play D&D, because then nobody can be mad at me,
Okay.
It's true.
because it's not real.
Now, so this is step 1 and 2. We got through step 1 and 2. You know, that's what we did. Let's do one last thing before we close it down for the night. And I realize we're taking this very slow, but once again, this is 100% because we want you guys to be able to ask the questions. We want to present the information to you, show you how to find it. If you have a question about D&D, please click our link tree in the description below. Hit us up on any social media platform.
Mm-hmm.
We have a Discord. Please join the Discord.
We
would
have
love
a D&D channel, I'm pretty
to
sure.
talk D&D.
I'm telling you right now, if you ask me anything about D&D, I'm making that answer up.
So be careful what Bubbles says.
Or that could be excellent. I'm just saying.
It could be good.
Once again,
Yes.
the point of D&D is to have fun.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make it up.
This
so just
book
so you know.
is a guideline. So honestly, I feel like we should have like a channel that's like bad D&D advice by Bubbles.
You know what? We should just
Creating
have a.
Aiden's like on it.
We should just have a bad advice
Oh
channel
my God,
in
yes.
general. Yeah.
Ask Bubbles. Ask Bubbles. Make the channel. Ask Bubbles. Join our Discord. Ask for bad advice. Ask Bubbles. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send that out on all our socials after this as well. We've got a new channel in our Discord. Ask Bubbles. That's so exciting. I love that. I'm so excited for that.
That's because I give you bad advice all the time.
And
Are
it's
you happy
great.
to like spread it
I'm
around?
happy to share it. It's the last time you set me on fire. Jesus.
Probably not.
Probably not.
No, that doesn't sound right.
So, we have the beginnings of characters. Next, we're going to get into stats and things like that. And once again, this is going to be very much a situation in which you're going to not want... I don't want godly armor of lightning from the heavens. I don't want that. I want, as a bard, probably don't even really want armor. I probably want like a really flashy... I want to be Yaskir from The Witcher, right?
Okay.
I want puffy sleeves. I'm a performer.
But
I'm going to be a dwarven theater kid.
Can we please put you in useless armor, though? Because you're going to be a girl character.
Oh my god, yes.
So, like, absolutely. Like, the most useless armor that gives you well-defined tits and protects nothing.
Okay, look.
Look. I mean, it's like every girl in every fantasy show now.
True.
Like,
we're going to be sharing these outfits at
protect
FanX.
vital organs. Why would we do that?
Do you want me? Am I going to have an outfit like Red Sonja? Well, guys, I just got the easiest damn cosplay.
We're definitely putting Tomb Raider tits on.
Show up to see Josh half
Should I buy the silicone boobs?
Yes.
The way I'm already planning. The way I'm already like, how can I humiliate Josh in public?
And then when people are like,
man.
"What are you dressed as?" I'll be like, I'm a dwarven bard. What are you? Are you a lady? Why, of course I'm a lady. Why would you dare ask me such an insufferable question? And I'd have like, my teeny weeny bikini over my ginormous silicone boobs.
Do it.
Maybe that's going to happen. Maybe FanX is going to kick us out.
You're not allowed in here.
You're like, sir, what
we can't do that.
hell
here.
are you doing?
Nope.
We can't do that.
Do you remember
here.
a couple years back when they did a big body painting thing and it was really, really cool and people got all super offended by it?
Yes.
Stupid.
I do not, but I do remember a girl in body paint from years ago that I still think about.
I sometimes still think about it.
I do. Man, I don't know who she was, but it was seriously like, I don't know, like 6 years ago.
The opera cone. Oh my god, Wasteland Sniper says I should do the cones armor that they do with opera. The cones, like the Madonna cones.
Yes. That's exactly
and
where
the
my head
Viking
was
helmet
at.
too.
Yes.
Where we're going.
That's exactly where my head was at.
That's where we're going.
Oh shit.
I love it.
Love this. I love this. I'm excited for this. So once again, make sure you continue following along because like I said, we're going to be building cosplays for these characters for FanX. So next time we do this, we're going to apply stats to our characters and start talking about their appearances, which is going to be mapping out the cosplays of these characters.
Yes.
Yep.
So real quick, before we wrap this up, names.
Oh. The hardest part of any character build, I swear to God.
Okay. Are we sticking with our genders as they are now, or are we changing genders? Because I need to know that. That's vital information.
That is vital information. I think there's only room for one drag queen on this show. That's a total lie.
There's always room for drag queens. Like, what?
I love that my character is literally just
a giant drag. You're a dwarven drag queen.
That's because you like to wear dresses.
Oh my God.
That's what this is.
Wow!
Josh likes to wear girls' clothes.
That's awesome. Cool, thanks.
What's beneath?
I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
Found his theme song.
It has been a long time.
That'll be my outfit. The Rocky Horror. I gotta learn to walk in heels now. Shit.
What have we created?
It certainly will get a lot of attention for the channel.
I feel like it's just Josh's inner fantasies.
That's all.
Yes.
He's like, they're finally gonna do it. They're gonna let me be myself.
I can finally do this. Okay, my dwarvish bard's name is going to be Grula.
Grula.
I am Grula.
I'll never remember that.
Yeah, I know.
Well, okay, also, I never remember anybody's character names, so I just name them whatever I want in the moment.
Spelled, actually, you know what? It's going to be spelled Gru, but it's going to have the umlaut. Lah. Grula.
Grula.
All right.
Oh my God.
Are you going boy or girl?
Boy.
You're going boy?
Yeah.
Lame.
I'm not going to be
Eamon's still in the closet.
It's okay. He'll come out one day. He's young yet. He hasn't grown into himself yet.
He's young.
Poor little lad.
I'm not do the little lad dance. I love how every one of these episodes is us just devolving into laughter. We do this. Okay, here's the secret, guys. We do this show because we like it.
We do.
You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. We like it if you did. And we would like it if you hit the thumbs up button. And we would like it if you subscribed. That would be awesome. It really would. It would be super cool. It's a free way to make sure that we can do this more.
On screen.
And
we do this a lot.
I'm not on screen.
On screen.
And
yeah.
I'm not above bribing you. So, you know.
Subscribe to see
Josh in cosplay.
Scantily dressed.
No, join the Discord for that.
The only geeks.
Join our only geeks. Wow, really? Cool. No, that's where we're at. Got it.
Look, I know that I said you gotta stop making that joke, and then I turned around and said it, but like it made more sense in my context.
Oh.
Because I'm never wrong.
When I say it, it's funny. When you say it, it's, I don't know, it's cringy.
Problematic, usually.
Problematic. Okay, you're not wrong.
I know. I never am. We've just been over this. Okay.
Okay, names. Let's go. Do it. Don't think. Just make a sound with your mouth. That's not making a sound. That's making a face.
Grimace. Your name is Grimace.
Grimace. All right, we got Grimace. Now your name. Grilla.
No.
We have Grimace, Grilla, and Grula.
Oh God. Geek.
Okay, so
The G Squad.
I think I kind of think a little bit that I want to be okay, but wait. I don't know if this is problematic for real or not. I kind of think I want to be a boy.
Okay.
But like just to lean into that inept thing, right? I want to be a boy who thinks he's very masculine, but is very not. Right? And I feel like his name should be something like Francis, but he lies and tells people.
Oh my God, yes.
I love it.
I love that. I love that you're just Flynn Rider from Tangled right now.
Yeah. A little bit.
Except for Flynn was actually pretty
somewhat masculine.
Not masculine. He was pretty capable though. Like he could do shit. Of course, he did get overpowered by a teenage girl in a tower who'd literally never seen anything. Who am I to judge?
Clearly, you don't spend enough time around teenage girls. They're fucking terrifying.
Touche.
That's the most realistic thing about that movie.
I love when he's like, "You asked for it. Here comes the smolder." And she's like,
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so I'm going with Francis, but
so we got Grimace, Francis, and Grula.
Grula.
I'm feeling like what was the lady's name from Matilda?
Big burly. Oh.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Like the mean lady.
Yeah, the lives all the weights.
Yeah.
Oh.
I gotta look it up because that's the inspiration I'm gonna go for with my bard.
Okay, Francis, but I'm gonna tell everybody that my name is Francois.
I am Francois.
It's much more masculine,
Trunchbull.
no?
Miss Trunchbull.
Trunchbull. So Trunchbull is going to be...
Name? Trunchbull.
So what would it be when I
Trunchbull is going to be my inspiration for my character.
Nice.
Love
All right? So when you guys see me, which means I'm going to have to get a very bulky costume.
No.
No?
No, you are going to be half naked. You're already bulky, baby. It's fine.
Jesus.
You don't.
I didn't think I was Trunchbull bulky. Shit. Okay, cool. Wow.
He's hurt his little feelings.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching tonight. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I love you. You're very true.
Thank you so much. That makes me feel better that you're lying to my face.
Technically, I'm lying to the camera.
Touche. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for geeking out with us. If you have any questions about D&D, sincerely, please go to our website, twogeeks1mic.com.
Yes.
And ask us.
Join the Discord.
Join the Discord.
Ask it in my new channel that I apparently have.
Ask Bubbles if
That's
you
right.
dare.
It won't be correct, but somebody else will correct me, I'm sure, eventually.
We would not dare.
Well, they do dare all the time.
In the words of Sid the Sloth, I choose life. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for geeking out with us. Thanks for being awesome. We hope that wherever you go from here, you leave here just a little bit more geeky than you were when you first got to hear from all of us. At Two Geeks, One Mic, I have been Grula.
I have been Francois.
And I am Grimace.
Grimace.
And